Hello everybody and welcome back to Blue Jay Acres. My name is Noelle. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today is going to be a full day of meals and what we're eating on a budget, on a homestead, and hopefully you enjoy this. And make sure that you hit subscribe and give a big thumbs up if you want to see more of these. I'm going to try my hardest not to miss a day in April. I know I've missed some here and there, but that's just the way it goes. I'm exhausted today. These storms were awful last night. Hopefully everybody is safe and it didn't hit too bad where you are. I know tornadoes were hitting everywhere, and you know, we had the storm radio going all night and it would go off all night long. We are exhausted. And before I jump into the food, because I'm just going to go on and show you guys the food, not show my face again until the end. But here I wanted to say thank you so much to Ginger. She got me this awesome new pot. I love it. She said her family loves this pot and they all use it. And so I wanted to say thank you so much. I cannot wait to use that. And also breakfast today. Everybody is here, but then all the kids except for Luke are gone to their grandparents for an Easter like get together. So the rest of the day has really just been cooking for me and Charles. So that's pretty much what it is, but breakfast everybody ate. So let's just jump in. Here's cooking today. So the first thing I'm gonna do is put some bacon in the oven and start breakfast. More of kind of like a brunch. So I just am going to bake this in the oven. And we have so many eggs right now, so we're going to have some eggs for sure today to go with breakfast. Okay, I'm going to pop this in the oven. Okay, next I'm gonna just make up some scrambled eggs. I'm just gonna do scrambled eggs again real quick. Add some cream to that. And then I'm just gonna throw in some scrambled eggs. We're doing quick, easy breakfast. I'm just going to add some salt and some pepper. That is cheese electrolyte. You can have a sip. See if you like it. Give me a sip, Ron.
What flavor is it, Mom?
That one I think is the raspberry lemonade.
The raspberry one I chugged. It was good.
Did you swat the bacon? Okay, now I'm going to just turn the heat off and I'm going to cover this with some white American cheese. That's our favorite. I'm gonna let it get melty, and that's it. Alright, so here is breakfast today. Theo has been munching on bacon. He already had some. Luke, he had yogurt and strawberries. And I need to fry Theo just a plain egg. But yeah, that's it. That's breakfast. Alright, so I'm gonna make some bread. So I'm gonna start, because I've got extra milk this week, I'm gonna start with 2 cups of warm milk. I just heated it for a couple minutes in the microwave. I'm gonna add some sugar, probably about 2 tablespoons. And I'm gonna do about a tablespoon of yeast. Now, someone had asked, does it matter which yeast? I'm using the Rapid Rise just because that's what I had open right now. I have found that it doesn't really matter. This is my first time using Rapid Rise. I'm just gonna get this going for a minute. Now I'm gonna let this sit and get bubbly. But this is my first time using Rapid Rise, and I don't really notice that big of a difference. It does rise faster, but either way you wanna do it, it's fine. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so now we're gonna do about 1.5 teaspoons of salt, now that this is nice and foamy. Then, completely optional, I'm gonna add an egg, just because I have extra eggs. I'm gonna add about a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half of some olive oil. Not yet. Not yet. I'll tell you when it's ready. Then I'm going to add about 4 cups of flour. Now I might need to add like another half cup. Basically 4 cups of flour. And I'm going to let this knead for about 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, that has been about long enough. So now I am just going to kind of scrape this off the bottom. Just like this. I am going to cover this and let it rise now for an hour to 2 hours, depending on how long it takes, because I have my heat off and it's a very breezy day today. Alright, I'm just covering it, and I did fold my towel in half to cover it, just because it's a little chillier today. And that's it. So a trick that I read, and it has worked wonderful, is that if you just put your oven light on and it's cold, and then you just put your pan in there, or your bowl covered, that's all you do, don't turn it on at all, and leave it in the oven to rise. And that works like having a heating pad or some kind of, just a little boost of a heating agent. So that's what I decided to do. Okay, so now the bread dough is done rising. I'm just gonna spray down my bread pans. I'm using just this olive oil spray. And then all I'm gonna do is just punch this down. I'm gonna divide it into 2 loaves. Just form them into a loaf shape. And we're going to let these rise again for about an hour. So I'll just leave that one there. Actually, this will probably take about a half hour, because I'm going to do the same thing and just put it in my oven with the light on. So that'll probably just take about a half hour. Okay, so Charles has been wanting some macaroni and cheese, and we don't have like boxed macaroni and cheese, and I don't have Velveeta, so I can't do like a quick just little stovetop kind of thing. So I'm gonna make up some mac and cheese for him, and then we'll have just like a big dish of it, and everybody can eat on it the next like couple days. Okay, so I have some macaroni noodles here. I think making macaroni and cheese is also a great way to just kind of use up things that I have open, which is nice as well. So while the noodles are cooking, I'm going to start making the cheese sauce. Again, I'm going to use just cheeses that I already have open, and this should go in and bake pretty much when the bread's ready to bake. So this should be about perfect timing. All right, I'm gonna start by just melting some butter in here. I got this big log of butter that I get. So I'll start by melting that. Okay, so to this I'm gonna add a couple spoons of flour and just stir that up. Just a little bit more. This kind of butter kind of got like a brown butter. Beautiful. I'm gonna turn the heat down a hair. We're gonna let this cook for about a minute. And then we're gonna add our seasonings and all of that good stuff. Now I have a little bit of heavy whipping cream that I need to use, so I'm going to use that along with some milk to add to this. Let that cook for a minute. Okay, so now I'm going to add my heavy cream. And I'm going to add some milk. I'm going to use my whisk for this. To this, I'm going to add some garlic powder, some onion powder, a little bit of nutmeg, let me just get this going here. Give that a quick stir. Then I'm going to add just a little bit of cayenne pepper, a little salt, some pepper, just another stir. And then just to check the seasonings, you want to give it a quick little taste. Make sure that this is seasoned nicely. I'm going to do a little bit more garlic. A little bit more salt. And then we'll try it again. This is about ready to add our cheese. Alright, so this is thick like a gravy. So now I'm going to add just, I think, a little bit more milk. Actually, thin it just a hair so I can add my cheeses because that's going to thicken it some too. And then a little bit more milk. And then I'm going to start adding my cheese. So I have a variety of cheeses that I have open that I want to use. I have some mozzarella. Normally I buy this in blocks, but I had gotten that when it was on sale. And it was cheaper to buy the bag. So I have a couple bags and I have a couple blocks. So this is also just some cheddar cheese. Then I also have open this farmer's cheese. It was just something we were trying. So I'm going to grate that in here. So I'm just going to stir this up. Get that good and melted in here. I'm gonna do a little bit more of this farmer's cheese. And then I also have some Colby Jack opened. So I'm gonna save some to put in the middle, and some I'm gonna just do now. Okay, I'm gonna stir this again, get this all melted in there. And then this cheese sauce is ready to go. It's looking pretty perfect. Okay, so now the noodles are done. I'm gonna dump all that good cheese sauce in there. And I'm just gonna mix this all around. I could add more noodles. And then here I have just a baking dish. I'm going to pour all this mac and cheese mixture in here. Honestly, I could have had a few more noodles. So we'll see how that does. Then I'm going to top this cheddar cheese. I'm sorry, Colby Jack. I'm also going to top it with a little bit of this mozzarella. And then I just have some panko breadcrumbs. I just have a few in here. And I'm going to top it with those as well. That gets that out of my pantry. And I'm going to add some dried parsley as well to the top. Alright, then I'm going to put this in the oven at 350 degrees and cook it for about 30 minutes or so. And now our bread is also looking good. So I'm just going to take one egg and I'm going to beat it and just very gently top my bread with it. And then put this in to bake with the macaroni and cheese. You could turn these into dinner rolls or dinner buns if you wanted. It's really all basically the same recipe. Alright, I'm going to pop these in the oven as well. Alright, so here is the bubbly mac and cheese and the 2 loaves of bread. Okay, so now I'm going to start our fish. So on this front burner, I'm going to just heat up some oil in this pan. About like that. Then I like to use tempura batter. This is what I always use when we fry fish. I'm just going to mix this with some ice water and then just dip my cod into here. And then in this bowl, I'm going to add just a little bit of flour so I can add some seasoning. This is my favorite seasoning, Old Bay seasoning, for any of the fish that we do. I'm just going to put that in there. I'm going to toss that around. I'm going to add ice water to this. The tempura batter, you just want it to be the consistency of like pancake batter. So actually I probably got too much water in and got to add a little bit more batter. Okay, so that's about the right consistency, just so it's like a pancake batter. Then I'm just going to take the cod and I'm going to dip it in this flour. I should have bigger bowls or get out my dipping things. I just didn't. So I'm going to just start with that. And then I'm going to go straight from there into this pancake batter tempura. And this is so light and fluffy. And then I'm going to take that straight to the oil. Alright, so now this fish is done. And looks beautiful. But I still have some of this batter left and I don't want to waste it, so I'm just going to dip some asparagus in it and pop it in and fry it. This is also really good. Alright, so then here is dinner. A Caesar salad, the fish with a little Charles likes mayonnaise, or there's tartar sauce, that's the options, or ketchup of course. The asparagus, the mac and cheese, and the homemade bread. That's our budget-friendly dinner tonight. So he has had to work all day today because of all the storms and stuff. So he has been
smelling this and starving to death.
And saying, "Is it dinner yet?" What did you ask for last night? What did you say would be so good if we had something?
Creamy and kind of
He said some mac and cheese. He said box mac and cheese.
What did you say box mac and cheese? All right, I like the texture of the
shapes.
I
know.
I do. There's something about the texture and the shapes. It's good. I'll try your bread.
But homemade's better.
Oh. Bread's good and fluffy. You cannot hide asparagus from me. I know what it is.
You can eat it. You're a big boy.
You purposely made extra batter. So if Long John Silver's, for those of you that know what that was, ever had asparagus, this is how I envision they would serve it.
Probably. It's good. I'm sure. Everything's good in tempura batter. Alright, try your fish.
It's actually pretty good that way. Wow.
It's hot.
Very flaky.
You can see the smoke coming off.
That's really good.
There you have it, folks.
Now I'm going to disappear and just scarf all this up.
Are you still working?
I'll be working until...
all hours.
Yeah.
I know.
At least 9 o'clock, probably.
And then again tomorrow, probably.
It'll be like 12 hours today.
The storms are awful.
I know. But the food is really good.
Alright, we're going to go do dinner. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day or night wherever you are. Bye everybody.